The joke that went too far. The boardroom windows trembled as thunder rolled outside. The city skyline glittered beneath dark clouds, and inside that towering glass palace, laughter echoed off the marble floors. Benjamin Royce, billionaire CEO of Royce Capital, leaned back in his chair, swirling an untouched glass of whiskey. His suit was sharp, his smile sharper. Around him sat 6 board members, their watches gleaming, their laughter hollow. And standing at the door, mop in hand, was Eli Turner, the night janitor. "Eli!" Benjamin called out suddenly, his voice cutting through the chatter. "You've been cleaning this floor for what, 3 years now?" Eli froze. He wasn't used to the CEO even noticing his existence. Yes, sir. 3.5, actually." Benjamin grinned, eyes cold. 3.5 years of sweeping around the richest men in New York. "You must have learned something about money, right?" The others chuckled, sensing a show coming. Eli shifted awkwardly. "I just try to do my job, sir." "Oh, come on," Benjamin said, rising from his chair. "Let's have some fun. Gentlemen, since we're reviewing the new $80 million investment proposal, why not let our janitor weigh in? Maybe he can teach us something." The laughter grew crueler. One of the board members muttered, "Yeah, maybe he'll tell us to buy more mops." Eli stood still, his eyes calm but unreadable. Benjamin gestured to the conference table. "Go on, Eli. Imagine you're the genius investor tonight. What should Royce Capital invest in?" The room expected stammering or silence. But what came next made Benjamin's smirk falter. Eli took a slow breath, set his mop aside, and said softly, "Don't invest in numbers, sir. Invest in people. Because when a man builds his fortune on broken backs, the weight always drags him down, one life at a time." The laughter died instantly. Benjamin blinked. "Excuse me?" Eli's voice was steady now, eyes meeting the billionaire's. "You're considering buying out Weston Pharmaceuticals, aren't you? The company that's been cutting corners on drug safety tests. I saw the files, left in the trash you told me to clean last week." A tense silence filled the room. Eli continued, "You'll double your profit for a year or two. Then the lawsuits will come. And maybe," he took a step closer, "you'll remember this night when you're sitting in a courtroom, wondering if the janitor was right." Benjamin's face drained of color. "How the hell do you know about that deal?" barked Richard, the CFO. Eli didn't answer. He simply picked up his mop and whispered, "I just clean up the messes people make. But some stains don't wash off." Before Benjamin could respond, Eli walked out, leaving the billionaire staring after him, haunted by the strange certainty in the janitor's words. "Movie camera, hold on," a voice would say in your mind if you were watching this video. Before we go deeper, if you're already hooked and wondering who this janitor really is, hit that like button and subscribe to the Kindness Chronicles. This story is about to turn into something far bigger than a joke. That night, Benjamin couldn't sleep. He replayed Eli's words again and again. How did the janitor know about Weston Pharmaceuticals? The files were confidential. Even his assistant didn't have access. He told himself it was coincidence, some lucky guess. But something deep inside him, a part long buried under greed, whispered, "You're being watched. You're being judged." The next morning, Benjamin ordered the HR department to pull Eli Turner's file. It was thin, too thin. Born in Ohio. Divorced. No criminal record. Employed by the cleaning contractor for 3 years. No red flags. But at the bottom of the form, Benjamin noticed a note. Former occupation, financial analyst, Turner and Ward Investments. His eyes widened. He immediately called HR. This man used to work in finance? Why wasn't this flagged? The HR manager stammered, "His wife had a medical issue, sir." He left his job after some personal tragedy. I didn't think it mattered. Benjamin hung up, heart pounding. Who was this man? That evening, Benjamin stayed late again, deliberately. When Eli came in to clean, he stopped him. Eli, Benjamin said, softer this time. You used to work in finance. Eli looked up from the mop bucket. A long time ago. Then why are you cleaning floors? Eli hesitated, his jaw tightening. Because the people I worked for thought profits mattered more than people's lives. I spoke up. They buried me. Benjamin swallowed. You blew the whistle. Eli nodded once. My wife's medical bills skyrocketed after that. I lost everything. Even her. Cancer took her last winter. A heavy silence fell. Benjamin sat down slowly. For the first time in years, the ruthless CEO didn't know what to say. Eli continued quietly, so when I see another man chasing billions while ignoring the cost, I remember what that greed did, to me, to her, to others. That's all. Benjamin's throat tightened. He looked at Eli, not as a janitor, but as a man carrying invisible scars. That night, Benjamin canceled the Weston Pharmaceuticals deal. He told the board it was a strategic pause. But in truth, the janitor's words had shaken him to the core. He didn't know it yet, but this was only the beginning. The weight of redemption. 2 months later, Royce Capital faced a storm. A whistleblower leaked documents proving Weston Pharmaceuticals had hidden data about fatal drug reactions. The CEO of Weston was arrested. Stocks plummeted. Benjamin watched the news in silence, realizing what would have happened if he'd gone through with the merger. His company would have been destroyed. And the first words that echoed in his head were Eli's. Don't invest in numbers. Invest in people. He called his assistant. Get Eli Turner in my office. Now. When Eli arrived, Benjamin was standing by the window, the skyline golden in the setting sun. Sit down, Benjamin said quietly. You were right. About everything. Eli looked wary. I'm glad you didn't go through with it. Benjamin turned to him, eyes heavy. You saved my company. Maybe even my soul. I want to repay that. I don't want money, sir. I wasn't offering money. Benjamin took a deep breath. I'm offering you a position. Head of Ethical Investments. You'll make sure we never cross that line again. Eli's eyes widened. You're serious? Benjamin nodded. I need someone who's not afraid to tell me the truth, even when I don't want to hear it. For the first time in years, Eli smiled. Then I'll do it. But on one condition. Benjamin raised a brow. What's that? Eli looked out the window. We start with the people you forgot. The workers you laid off last winter, the ones still fighting for their pensions. Benjamin hesitated, guilt flickering across his face. Then he nodded slowly. We'll start there. Weeks turned into months. Under Eli's quiet leadership, Royce Capital began to change. They reinvested in employee welfare programs, backed small community startups, and funded medical research in memory of Eli's late wife. Media outlets called it the Royce Redemption. Investors were stunned. Profits didn't fall, they soared. Benjamin's ruthless reputation began to fade, replaced by something new, respect. One evening, as they reviewed quarterly reports, Benjamin asked, Eli, what made you speak up that first night? You could have lost your job. Eli looked at him for a long moment. Because I wanted to see if there was still a human being left inside the billionaire everyone feared. Benjamin blinked. And what did you find? Eli smiled faintly. A man who was lost, but not gone. Benjamin looked down, emotion tightening his voice. I don't deserve that kind of grace. No one does, Eli said softly. That's why it's called